Hello everyone and welcome to Veterans in Crisis podcast. Today we have Kev Darke, who is an inclusion coordinator for the Foundation of Light. You alright, mate?
I'm not bad, mate. How are you keeping?
Not bad at all. Thank you very much for coming on.
No worries, appreciate it.
I've just wanted you to really come on and explain a little bit about the work we've been doing together, the Battle of the Beacon, for instance, and get across to other veterans and their families. Maybe come and join in, because like people probably only think that we do it for clients of VIX, but it isn't. You know, it's for the wider community of veterans in Sunderland and their families. So do you want to explain a little bit about what you do at the Beacon?
Yeah, I think well, for us with yourselves and with the partnership with the vets, it started probably, I'd say, about 2 years ago now, maybe even a bit longer than that. When we started doing some cookery courses through our Ministry of Food programme run by our skills team. I know we had a few of the guys bring their families into the kitchen here in the Beacon, and they did some cookery over the half term. So it was all healthy, nutritious meals, maximum around about £4 or £5 to make, but it fed the family of 4. We had a good group come in. It was good crack, bit of banter going on in the room, but they got to make the food and take it home with them as well. So it provided the tea for the night, or it might have been the meal for the next day. And I think it's kind of grown from there where we're at. So the next bit was probably the Battle of the Beacon that you've mentioned there, through the Get Set to Go programme, which is funded through Mind and in partnership with Washington Mind. So it's 2 hours on a Friday, and it's probably the craziest 2 hours you ever come to, but the guys and the lasses there just make it what it is. We come in, there's 2 hours broken down into 1 hour slots. We play different sports, different activities. And the way you guys come about it was they wanted to be competitive. So we've done everything, you name it, from fitness circuits as teams. We've done some indoor try golf. We've done basketball. We've done futsal. We've done cricket. We've done everything, but we've had little challenges in there for them to score points. And it become kind of like the talk of the week. I know when I was talking to you and Claire about it, it was mental, wasn't it?
Well, without a doubt, it was the talk of the week. It's been the most competitive thing in the time since I've started VIX. It's been the most competitive thing. They've got into 2 teams and they basically tortured each other all week on social media about what was going to happen. And then the weird thing about it is they proper get in a mood if they lose. Really proper get in a mood. I wasn't there, but I heard that 2 people stormed off.
Yeah, 2 people stormed off because they didn't agree with the points. And then I get it in the neck every week because they're like, well, you can't count. You don't know what you're doing. You can't add up. And I'm like, I've written every point down here. I can guarantee it. I'll check it on a calculator. But they're like, nah, it's wrong. We got more than them. And they're like, they're at each other constant.
I probably went in a real mood about it. And then the argument carries on back here. When they come here, they're arguing about it for ages. And I'm like, you might win next week. You know what I mean?
Can't use that one. I've tried that. I was like, look, it's just a bit of crack. Like, you might win next week. They're like, no, these points count. And I'm like,
it isn't a bit of crack. It's more serious than a bit of crack.
It's unbelievable. But no, that is the highlight of the week. I think it's one of them. You can have the worst week going, and Friday morning's coming, and the guys and the lasses are coming across, and it's just unbelievable. It's just a laugh from as soon as you meet them downstairs to when they leave on the way out. And I know some will stay here and have a coffee and then come back to the RV and stuff, but it's like they know everyone in the Beacon now because they've just become kind of a part of it, because they come in and everyone's like, vets guys, they're coming in, they're going to get ready to go and do the sport, but they have a bit of crack and a bit of banter with everyone. I think it just brightens up that kind of start of the day for everyone on a Friday, where it could have been the worst week you've ever had, but Friday's coming in, you're gonna laugh for 2 hours solid. Like, probably hurts more through laughter than it does doing some of the activities. It's unreal.
I think I went twice, but only just to take some photos. But they love it. Like, they absolutely love it. I mean, it's been a bit of a nightmare with what's happened with COVID, but once that gets sorted out, we'll start it again. It'll be great. Like,
yeah, the worst bit is we were just getting ready to go again, and then obviously the second lockdown's coming, so it's kind of kibosh that again. But hopefully we'll get through this one, get to December, and we'll be ready to go again, which is
January, everyone be cured, man. Be all right.
I know, yeah. We'll have millions of them back. They'll all be coming back for health kicks.
So, what was the next the thing we're doing at the minute?
So that one's linked with some funding we received, like a joint funding thing through the Armed Force Covenant. So that was, I suppose, the kickstart really with a lot of that was October half term. So we had, again, I think we had 5 families come in, all different age range of youngsters with them, mums, dads with them as well. And they come in and did a mix of activities. So again, run by our skills team here at the Beacon, but we did some t-shirt designing. They made some poppies out of the bottom of pop bottles, painted them, designed them. They did some stone painting, and the whole theme behind it, they linked it all to Remembrance Day leading up to it. And they did a big display here in the Beacon. So like the people that were still in, like the staff, the scholarship, the NCS program that was taking place while that was happening, got a chance to go and have a look at the display as well. So it was brilliant. I know a lot of the guys are collecting, they made some little family medals as well, so they could design like their own medal, whether it was to like give to the mum, give it the granddad, whoever it might have been. They made the medals to hand out to the family members of something that they really liked or really respected about them. So it was really nice to bring them all together and do that as a big kind of like family initiative to really kickstart things going. So it looked amazing. I saw the bit afterwards and it looked unreal.
Well, the families that from it who took part really enjoyed it. Like they say, that's why I would like more people to go and experience it, because I don't want people to just think it's only for clients. I think anybody who's been in the military, you know, and their families, they're allowed to go. You know, we got the funding from the Armed Forces Covenant, and it's only fair that everyone gets to have a try. Like, I mean, I realise some people are working and there's different scenarios why they can't go. But I mean, there's all sorts of things that we do together that people can get involved in.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the next bit with that funding, is looking at how we maybe engage those that are working during the day, or maybe have to look after the vens during the day and maybe can't get there, whether it's access through transport and bits, whether we can, I know the new norm is kind of this digital world we're living in, isn't it, with everything on Zooms and Teams. It's whether we can do something with them via that to engage other families in the area and in the city that maybe want to come and try out some of these things as well.
I know everything's virtual now, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's not the same, is it? It's not the same.
No, you miss the kind of like the contact. Like I saw some of the guys who come to the Fridays, they win with their families during the half term, and it's that weird bit. It's the first time you've seen them in months, but like they're saying straight away, they just want to shake your hand or give everyone a hug, and it's like you kind of do that these days. It's like it's frowned upon, in it, and it is, isn't it? And
it's horrible, because I shake everybody's hand when I see them, you know, and it's something I've done all my life. So it seems I don't know. From January we'll all be all right, man. We'll all be vaccinated, won't we?
We'll be sorted. We'll all learn how to do the vaccines now and be right.
We've all gone on holiday. Not be able to get a holiday everywhere. Will be booked.
Oh, yeah, we'll not be able to go anywhere.
If you're all booked, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So, how did you get into doing this kind of work? Like, so from Sunderland to start with, right?
No. I moved up to Sunderland from Hartlepool.
So if I knew that, I wouldn't have you on.
Mate, I've moved about. I was born in Newcastle, lived in Northallerton.
Yeah, good.
Exactly. It gets worse, mate. You may as well cut it now. So I've been all over the place, to be fair. But then got the job up here. So I'm up in Sunderland now. I've been up here last 10, 12 years or something now since I got the job up here. But I did this at uni. I did sport and exercise sports studies, and I always wanted to coach, and then came up here, got the role as like the disability lead, our make and moves coordinator, that then evolved into inclusion lead, and inclusion coordinator. So it's kind of gone from there, and it's never a dull moment in here. There's always something new happening. There's always new projects coming in and new pots of funding. So you're always on your toes in terms of you can develop and grow as big and as far as you want with it, and you get the support here as well to do that. So like no idea is a daft idea, and it's that bit of mentality where actually you can come up with something and say, well, actually we could work with this group on this, and they'll be like, right, show us how it works. As soon as you know it works, off they go. They're like, yeah, let's go for it. And it's nice to have that kind of, they've got that confidence and backing in you to always say, yeah, give it a go. Let's see where we go.
That's all you could ask for in a job, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It is. I mean, it all started between us because you came to the Gunners.
Yeah.
You come to the Gunners, had a chat like we normally have people in, and I mean, which went strength to strength, on it. Yeah,
no, it was brilliant. That was a crazy day. I think you'd said to come across for like an hour to have a chat, didn't you? And I was probably the last one out the door at the end.
See, that's the type of thing that I really miss, the weekly Gunners thing, because you get average about 50 clients, You know, and it's just good crack. And well, normally have somebody to come in and like a guest speaker, and they'll get free Greg's food and free drinks, cuppers and that. And you know, it's a shame that's a real shame out of all this thing. That's been the worst part. Like,
yeah, I think that's a bit everyone misses the most, isn't it? I know, speaking to the lads and lasses that were in the half term, they were saying that it's just that the bit of crack, it's meeting face to face and having a bit of banter that you used to do when you was in the Gunners and places like that. It's not the same. Like, the WhatsApp groups are all right, the same, but it's just not that face to face, is it, that you get?
No. I mean, even the fitness, we've had to go down to Sam doing 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Because you can't have people in the fitness thing. I mean, we can have. I think you're allowed up to 6 in a sort of kind of therapy session.
Yeah, little bubbles and that, isn't it?
Yeah, so we've been doing our therapy still, but the fitness we've just been doing 1-to-1, which is lovely because we put her through our courses to do that, you know.
Yeah.
And that's really paid off. You know, we get money off different pots of funding and stuff, and we're putting people through these courses, and the clients get to do a course at the one, but they're also putting something back in the VIX. You know, but like Sam's coming client, part-time work and full-time work, you know, she does all the fitness.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, really good, like.
No, I think it's a bonus with them ones as well. Like you see, Sam's that kind of role model to the others, isn't it? Of like, do you know what? There's something else there. If you want something different, or you're thinking of a different career, there's always that next bit, isn't there, for them to go for? And I think it gives them a real confidence boost, doesn't it? Seeing Sam's journey and where Sam's at now.
And I always think as well to take different courses when they're free. Just builds your CV up, you know. It doesn't matter where you are now, your life can take any turns, you know. You in any different kind of job. That's all you have to do. Just take some courses and you learn it for something else that you like.
You never know as well on them courses. Like, we always find you never know who you meet. And you never know what doors that might open just through having what might be a 5-10 minute random conversation or a bit of crack with someone could turn into a full-time job just down the line, couldn't it?
Well, I started on VIX, I think. Do you know when you do them level 2 maths and English?
Yeah.
When I started in this work, them were the first 2 courses I did. Then I did something called Health Champions, and I took when I was volunteering for a homeless charity, I took any course that they would let us do for free. So just to build it up. And you're right, you meet people who work for different people, and then you learn stuff. And the more people you know, the more stuff you learn. It's a good thing.
No, it definitely is. It's always that. It's a crazy saying, isn't it? Like, it's sometimes who you know, not what you always know, because then people can connect you with other people, or they might teach you something a little bit different, and it's a massive thing, isn't it?
It is. I tell you what I really enjoyed when we got the Sunderland climbing wall to bring the climbing the thing outside. I really enjoyed that. Like, we had quite a big uptake for that as well.
No, it sounded great. I know we got in touch and we got them sorted. It was a bit of I think it was just miscommunication, because I think you put us in touch with John, wasn't it, initially? And then it changed over. Someone else must have led on that coming out. But then once we got them there, they'd come across, I think it was the night before, they come across and had a check of the area. And we're like, definitely we'll set it up for you. And I knew then, I thought it'd be decent. Like, it looked impressive though as well.
Well, we've managed to get a bit of funding from North Face to do some stuff with them. They got the funding, and they picked us and another couple of groups. So we're going to do a bit of indoor climbing, then they're going to take the clients away climbing and that.
That'd be class for them. They'll love that though.
Well, when more as the army, I'd say. I wouldn't say the navy's that keen on climbing, but you know, the army lads and lasses really enjoyed it. Like, I mean, and that was good as well, because we let the families do it, so the kids came and their partners and stuff, and they all enjoyed it.
No, that's a bit, when you can see them when they're together with the family units, it's mint, isn't it?
It is.
They all just get stuck in and just crack on with stuff.
Well, what I've noticed as well is even families now against each other get quite competitive as well.
Yeah, I noticed that when they're in the half term, you can see there's like, they're designing things, and you can see them having a little sneaky look, thinking, what they're doing out, what's theirs look like? And I'm thinking, you're designing like a t-shirt or something. Like, it's unreal, isn't it?
I imagine it would be the door or something going, you better fucking win this one.
It will be. Straight in the kids' ear. Get outside, and they haven't done it.
You
like,
better win.
Why didn't you do that?
So, what else happens in the Beacon then, for people that don't know?
So the Beacon, it opened in 2018, and it's split in it's 5 floors, basically, the Beacon. So it's it's massive. Everyone sees it when they're driving in, but always wonders what that box is on the side of the road generally is. And it's a training, education and sport facility. So we've got a World of Work zone, which has a fully functioning kitchen. We have a room there that is leased out by Barratt Homes. We have one for the Harrison Centre of Social Mobility. The Sunderland Uni's based in there. Nissan and Arriva have a room at the far end where you can go in and do basic engineering and mechanicking skills. We have an on-site alternate education school, which takes 80 pupils. We have the 3 downstairs sports courts that I know we've been using for the Battle of the Beacon. So they have 4 badminton courts on each court, a basketball and a futsal. But then you can open it up and have one massive court in there, which can either be an international netball court or an international futsal court. So there's bleacher seating that you can bring out to have viewing galleries and spectators, so it becomes a bit more like a stadium. And then we have the rooftop barn, which is a 4G 7-a-side, but could play as a 9-a-side pitch, which is described as kind of the outside in. So the side of the buildings it can be lighted up in different colours. So match days, you've probably seen it goes red and white. We've done it green lately. We've had it blue when it was NHS 70 years. It went red on Remembrance Day. So we can put it all different kinds of colours depending on what's going on and what the theme is of that kind of week or what's special at that day. And then out the back of the Beacon, we've also got 6 5-a-side pitches and 2 of the old sand-based mugger pitches as well, which are multi-use. So in terms of a space, it's massively flexible. And we've got teaching space in here as well. So there's 6 classrooms downstairs, and they can be altered to suit whatever style of classroom you may want. So it might be the traditional kind of rows. It might be that you want it set out a little bit different. There's projectors, screens, you name it, and everything. So it's a fully functioning teaching, education, sport facility, which is open to everyone. So a lot of people come in and look at the facilities and think, well, they're world class, and they are the world class facilities, but it's open to the community. It's a community facility for everyone to get the benefit of. So we want to try and do as much as we can, whether that be with young people, children, adults, veterans, you name it. We want everyone to feel welcome and feel part of the facility over here.
I was properly impressed with the pitch on the top floor.
Yeah, no, it's the big attraction. I think when that's open, that's sold out constantly, because I think it's a showpiece really, isn't it? It's that you walk up and think, I'm going upstairs again, and you're like, this is technically the roof, and everyone's going, well, what's up here? And then they look and they're like, nah, there's not. It's like full functioning football pitch, isn't it? Like goals galore. It's unreal.
And because the sides are open, the wind gets in, so it's a weird sensation because you're on a roof, it's covered, but the wind still comes. I can't really explain what it's like.
No, I think unless you've been there and you experience it, it's like you say, it's hard to explain, because I think we take people in and show people around, they're like, well, it's windy outside, it's windy in here. It's like, yeah, because the sides, they don't attach, and they're like, oh, I can't get my head around this is weird, like, I'm getting blown about in here, or the ball's like, it's freezing upstairs because it's the middle of winter. It's like, why is it not warm? It's like, well, it comes in up the sides, like, are you going to get cold?
Yeah, mate, thank you very much for coming in.
No worries, mate. Appreciate inviting us on.
Anything you want to get across?
No, I think for me it was just a pleasure being invited on, mate. It's always good to catch up and have a bit of crack with you. And I think it just shows that the partnership work that we've got going on is just getting stronger and stronger. So long may that continue. I know there's lots of plans in the pipeline, so it'll be great to see them come to fruition.
All right. If you do us a favour and send us over some links for the stuff that we're doing, and then we'll put that on as well so people can click on.
Super, mate. Yeah, I'll get all the links sent across to you straight away. That'll be perfect.
Excellent, Kev, man. Cheers, pal.
Cheers, mate. Take
care.
See you, mate.
Ta-ra now. Bye.